Hi, today we're going to be doing a simple but fun project on digital video using Windows Movie Maker. If you haven't used that program before, you'll need to first locate it on your Windows XP or newer version of software. To find it, simply open up your Start menu, choose the search function, and look for all files and computers, and type in the keyword movie. That will search the computer to find the application. Once it finds it, you'll want to probably put a shortcut on your desktop, as I have done here. Let's go ahead and open up the application. You'll see the program is broken down into 4 main areas. The leftmost, movie tasks, steps you through the 4 primary activities you do. The collections is where you will import and work with the pictures and music and raw resources you edit from. A preview screen, which allows you to see and hear what you're doing as you edit your movie. And then a timeline in which you will sequence placing your pictures and sound. The timeline does toggle back and forth with a storyboard just by clicking the button here. We'll want to leave it in the show story or in the timeline view for this project. So let's get started and import some pictures from our desktop. I've gone ahead and captured some digital images. I'll click on Import Pictures, locate those pictures, and I'm going to click and hold my Shift key to import them onto the collection of the desktop here. And you'll see the thumbnail images appear. The next step, I want to import music to use in my production. So I'll click again in this capture video on Import Audio or Music. Again, I have a folder with some sample music in it. I'm just going to highlight all 3 items, click Import, and you'll see the 3 movie sound clips appear here. So we now can get started by selecting our images and pulling them down and letting up on our mouse onto the timeline where they will appear as a thumbnail. I can do them individually to put them in whatever sequence, or I can select and hold my Shift key and simply drag all of them down once I've determined the right sequence for them. You'll see the thumbnails appear here. The next step, I want to add music to my video. I'm going to just grab this classical interlude, drag it down where it says audio, and then you'll see it appear here as the first option. And I want to also extend this so that it fits to the end of my video production. So I'm going to grab another piece of audio so that it will butt against my first audio and run past the last video image. The next step is to add some transitions in between the pictures, which is optional for you, time permitting. You may choose just to skip this step, but to show you very quickly how you do that, under Edit Movie, you'll want to view video transitions. You'll see a whole host of different transitions that you can click and drag into your production. Just click and drag them into the location between the 2 pictures that you'd like to have the transition appear, and you'll see a little icon here indicating there's a transition. I'll go ahead and grab one other so that you can see what another transition looks like, and you see them both appear here. Next step is to add a title at the beginning of our production and perhaps some closing credits. Again, I can do that under Edit Movie, Make Titles or Credits, Add Title at the beginning of the movie. I'm just going to type in my movie and tell it Done, Add to Movie. You'll see it appear here in front of the first picture I had, and I'm going to add a title or credit to the end of the movie by clicking Add Credits at the end of the movie. And I'll just type in a little thank you note, tell it Done, Add to Movie, and you'll see it appear here at the end. Now we're almost done. The only thing we really need to do is to line the length of the music up to the display of the digital images. We do that simply by clicking on that last bit of music, and then with the double red arrow, go ahead and drag it to the timeline so that it roughly equates to the last picture being shown, and it now will end about the same time. So the last 2 things we need to do is save this working file and save the project, give it a name. I'm going to throw it on the desktop as temp movie, and then we want to go ahead and save this movie by finishing it to our computer. This will walk you through a simple wizard, ask you where you want to save the file that you've named. I always select best fit to file size and generally do a 4 to 5 megabyte movie. That allows it to be compact. Just click Next. It will then ask you to save the movie file, and it takes several minutes to go ahead and compress. Once you're done, it will start to play and you'll be good to go. Hope you enjoyed the program. If you have other questions, please email us at staff@nortellearnit.org.